Hi everybody, and welcome once again to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And it's a weekly reading on Fridays for the elemental signs of the zodiac. I go back and forth with how I do the reading, so I've once again kind of altered it just a little bit. But before we get to that, I'm going to start with our card for the collective, and it's an affirmation kind of reading from the Universal Love Oracle deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. So we're going to do that right now. Hope everybody is doing okay on this wonderful day. Temperatures are heating up around the country and the world, and no, I'm not talking about politics or anything else, but actual science temperatures. I realize there's some incredibly hot and dangerous weather going on, especially the closer to the equator we are in this world. Please take care, everyone. Drink a lot of water. Okay, and our card, it's heaven on earth. Oh, you know, I probably just asked for that, really. Heaven on earth. Heaven is a state of mind. Both heaven and hell are created through our thoughts, actions, and intentions. This card is pointing to the fact that you have helped create a disturbing situation in your life simply by giving power to it. Regardless of who or what is bothering you, know you can change this situation by ceasing to give power to that negative person or situation. Focus instead on the positive power of love. Send light to all concerned and feel yourself energetically detached from them. Start to create heaven on earth by making love your focus. In doing so, you will attract loving people and situations into your life. Don't you just love it? And it's so true, of course, you know, ever since I was a kid, 60 years ago, whenever it was, people have been saying, oh, you borrow trouble into your own life, you speak too much of the negativity, and you bring it to your life. So I want everybody to remember that. And we will now move on to the reading. And of course, like I said, we are reading for the elemental signs of the zodiac. And I'm going to kind of attach a little specific thing at the end for those who wonder if someone is, as they say, moving towards them. What's coming towards me, as they say, in love. So that'll be at the end of each of the elemental readings. So we're going to start off with Aries then. And Aries is, of course, air signs. Air signs, not Aries, air signs. And air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I'm using the Modern Love Tarot book by Ethany. Love this deck. It just shows you all of the many ways that love is love. So we are starting off once again for the air signs, and we're going to ask the following questions. What is coming towards you? What emotional situation is coming towards you? What vibration or essence? Why is it important? And where will it lead to? So air signs, it's this big old honking 8 of Pentacles is coming towards you. And I think that's saying that the idea that a relationship has work that is ongoing, work that needs to happen to satisfy the requirements of what the relationship is founded on. So I think the idea of maybe renewing the commitment of the relationship, especially in terms of building that life together working it all out. So why is this important? Well, it's the Queen of Wands reversed, and maybe this is saying that, you know, there could be an antagonist or an agent provocateur in the relationship. And if it's not an actual person, maybe it's a situation. Maybe there are situations that are causing less than commitment. You know, when the Queen of Wands is reversed, there's something not quite right. There's something like we're not understanding our confidence levels, or we're not feeling secure enough. We're not feeling brave about what's going on in the relationship. So this could be a factor in whether the relationships have been going on for a long time or a very short time. Why is this important? Well, it's important because ultimately the worst could happen. It's the Ten of Swords. And of course, in this deck's meaning, it may be talking about actually following through with some sort of divorce or separation. So keep the work going in the relationship. Keep working on what you need to establish and regulate and found. Remember that outside situations may seem bolder, but when you get down to them, maybe they're just the refuge of rascals. So avoid them. Otherwise, you may be ending up this way. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so now, like I said, for the air signs, who's coming towards you in love? And I'm going to sort of modify what Banshee does in her reading. So I'm just going to do this. We're just going to do just that who. We're not going to talk about what kind of relationship that could end up being or not. We're going to do that for each of the signs. So we're starting with air signs. So Gemini, who's coming towards you? And of course, we just go through the cards until we come across the court card. The court card describes that person or that kind of person. Not major arcanas. Not other pips. And Eureka. It's the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So Gemini, what is coming towards you seems to be somebody who really will need to be pulled along. Maybe if you are looking for somebody's attention coming towards you, don't hold your breath. Well, no, you will hold your breath. It's probably going to take a while, but there is somebody, they may seem like a really slow mover, but maybe there's an attraction there. It's possible that they have some earth sign characteristics. That's the Pentacles action talking there. Other than that, I just sort of feel like this is somebody that is taking their time and maybe is a little bit unsure of themselves. So if this is at all interesting to you, then you may want to, you know, help it along if you can. All right, so let's move on to Libras then. See what Libra gets us. And Libra also gets a reverse card. And it's also a pentacle. It's the reverse King of Pentacles. So this is somebody for Libra that maybe will drive you crazy, but somebody who is really maybe hoping you can appeal to them on some level of maybe taking charge, you know, or maybe you're, you know, with the Libra characteristics, maybe you represent the idea of a perfect pairing there, because this is a card of somebody who maybe is not really very well put together. Things may happen in their life mostly by default. They may not be managing things well, or they may be coming from a particular area of insecurity that maybe amounts to monetary things, as well as the sense of protection around their home or their items. And the really disturbing thing about this is that this could represent a person who maybe is a little bit older than you even. You know, they're not even necessarily right around your age. That's just a possibility I see there. So let's move on then to Aquarius. And Aquarius, you fare the best here, because what could be coming towards those who are interested is the upright King of Cups. It's called the King of Flutes here. But Aquarians, maybe somebody is moving towards you who really has a lot of kindness in their heart. They are not necessarily strongly romantically about love. They are strongly about sentimental kindness, benefactory things. So this is somebody who, once again, could represent an older person and whose primary goals or needs are more situated around stability than maybe mutual attractions and or excitement related to that. So that's it for the air signs then. And we will now move on to fire signs. And fire signs are Aries. There's that Aries. Leo. And Sagittarius. So let's just put my cards all back together here. And get it together. All right. And once again, we're back to asking those questions. What is coming towards us, fire signs? What kind of emotional energies or situations, vibrations may be coming towards the fire signs? What does it feel like? Why is it going to be important? And where ultimately will it lead to? So our first card then is Strength Upright. What's coming towards you maybe is somebody who is strongly attracted to you and who feels strongly that they are provoking a strong energy of love towards you, that somehow you are fulfilling certain things to them about what the possibilities of perfect love could be like. Why is this important? And it's the High Priestess. And I almost would want to say that for the fire signs that are possibly open to someone coming to them, this represents a great deal of depth. This represents maybe the idea of a soulmate, a twin flame, a destined partner, a reincarnated soul coming back to you. So it's kind of interesting, fire signs, that this whole thing seems to be like maybe there's a real strong energy that suggests you're about to encounter mystery that you have not encountered before related to the emotions. So where will it ultimately lead to? And maybe it's not about a relationship per se, but it seems to be about something that gives a lot of control and a lot of power to you. It may be that with that Emperor there, this is saying really you'll have the opportunity to really have a domination over what you expect to happen in your love life or in your romantic life. So it's kind of interesting. I sort of see a lot of the dominant energies that fire signs employ in all areas of their life, so I can't imagine that it's different in the context of romance or sentimentality. All right, so let's move on then and find out for those who who is coming towards you in love, fire signs. And specifically, we are going to do each of the fire signs in order. So, who is coming towards Aries in love? And it's the Queen of Cups reversed. So it's a personality like that, whether you're male or female. The Queen of Cups reversed could represent somebody who maybe is a little crazy in love, a little unbalanced, a little bit emotionally high-strung in certain ways. They may have certain sense of expectations. I don't know if this does relate to the primary reading for the fire signs, because I sort of feel a sense of somebody here who maybe is a little insecure and maybe, wobbly emotionally speaking. It is possible that maybe they haven't quite recovered from a disastrous love affair of some sort, or from some emotional situation has bereft them in some ways. So watch out for that, Aries. This looks like somebody who maybe will be leaning on you a lot, emotionally speaking. They may be insecure in some ways, possibly even having some emotional problems. So now we'll move on to Leo and see who might possibly be moving towards Leo in love, as they say. And it's our Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is reversed. So these qualities, once again, it just sort of doesn't feel exactly like the best mating here, the best pattern of dating, something like that. The Queen of Pentacles reversed could be a person who maybe is a slow starter themselves, like I mentioned that with, the Knight of Pentacles, but maybe this is more in regard to really about how they're just managing all of their lives. The Knight of Cups reversed maybe is somebody who slowly moves towards things, but the Queen of Pentacles reversed could signify a kind of person who really is very needy in certain respects and maybe mostly concentrates on themselves. So the idea that maybe they are coming towards you maybe indicates that they're healing, but maybe also indicates that there's something they need or want from you. So you may want to have to consider that if that kind of person is coming towards you and you're not sure what you want to do. All right, so we're now on to Sagittarius. And Sagittarians, you get the reversed Page of Cups. So Sagittarians, who's coming towards you? It may be somebody who has, some sort of like compromised feelings about sensitivity and intuition. Like maybe they're kind of blunt in a way about some things. They may have senses, but they don't have discretion necessarily. And maybe there's a sense here of somebody who maybe really is looking for somebody else to inspire them. Somebody who can't really find that within themselves. So it's an interesting situation. It's not maybe quite the same as the other two for the other two fire signs, but watch out for that. All right. So now we will move on to the water signs. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So we're going to ask those questions again and see what seems to be going on for the water signs. What kind of energy or vibration is coming towards them, why that may be important, and where will it lead to? So what is coming towards the water signs? And it seems to be a lot of water. It is the reversed Three of Cups. I almost feel like maybe there's a falling out with some friends, or there's sort of a dissatisfaction brewing with people that you normally get along with. It may be that you feel like someone is avoiding you, emotionally speaking, and a lot of this could have to do with how you're placed in your unit, whether it's your own family or community or your own neighborhood or group of friends or things like that. You're somehow feeling like maybe you're getting a message that maybe people are a little bit off with you for some reason. They're just sort of feeling unhappy about something that's happened, and maybe they don't, you know, I mean, you have to ask yourself those questions. Did you do something that maybe is, you know, upsetting people? So why is this important, though? And it's the Chariot reversed. So is it important because maybe somebody had an expectation of you that you did not fulfill, and that they expected you to take something a little bit further, to be a little bit more assertive about a particular thing. And that's, you know, the Chariot reversed, you know, the idea that, you know, maybe you're not in control, or you're not truly moving towards your goals, or you don't have the motivation to really want your goals. And so when I put that against the Three of Cups, I wonder if this is saying really others feel you should have moved on something maybe. And I don't know if that's concerning, you know, somebody's attempts to help you personally in your life, or to help you with your relationship, or your lack of a relationship. It's a little bit fungible there. This could be a couple of different things. So let's see where this ultimately would lead to. And sadly, it's the Queen of Pentacles reverse. So this could be saying that ultimately where this will lead to is maybe you having to think about what your self-care options are, what you can do to not only, you know, support yourself, but maybe also a little bit of payback to those situations where maybe somebody feels like they expected more of you, and you have to kind of explain to them why it couldn't happen. And so water signs, this almost sounds, you know, a little fishy, if you don't mind the watery analogy, but I almost wonder if this is talking about situations between parents you may have to care for, children you may have to care for, grandchildren. It sort of feels really kind of funny, like maybe an expectation was on you to do something more for the family, and you weren't able to or willing to do that. And maybe now you're a little bit on the out, and you're going to have to take care of that. Let's just move on then, because that one is sort of confusing here. I can see all these different scenarios, and I don't really have time to talk about all of them. But let's see if anyone is actually also coming in love towards the water signs. And so the deck I've been using for that, the second deck that I'm drawing from, is of course the Final Rose Tarot. And that sort of is a novelty deck that I get really good readings from, based on a dating game, bachelorette type of game, bachelorette type of game. And I've never watched that show, or I don't believe I have. But the Final Rose is a convention of how they pick that final person. And of course, these particular tarot cards have their own analog for that whole process. So, at any rate then, we are on to the idea of who is coming towards Cancer. And it's the reversed Knight of Pentacles. The reversed Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Rings here. Once again, it's this very slow mover personality, Cancer. Maybe they are very unsure themselves. I don't know that they are an earth sign, but whatever they are, they carry this energy that says they are reluctantly, slowly moving towards you. They're just not very confident about what they expect, let alone what the outcome would actually end up being. So now we are on to Scorpio. And Scorpio has drawn the Queen of Wands upright. And wow, that's like va-va-voom. You know, Scorpio, who's coming towards you is maybe somebody who really pairs well with your sense of dynamic sexual energy, your intensity of focus on a person that you care about or want to take some steps further. So this almost sounds too good to be true for Scorpio if you're unattached and you're looking for, you know, somebody who really has the charisma, confidence, and bravery to approach you and keep up with you, Scorpio. All right, Pisces. And of course, Pisces, you're the very next card. You're the upright King of Pentacles. And Pisces, the person coming towards you is maybe somebody who can take care of everything. They can take care of you as well as all the matters of the relationship. They just seem to be perfectly suited for controlling all of this and managing it. And so that could end up being, maybe overly intense or not. I don't know. You'll have to think about that. Do you want somebody that does absolutely everything in the relationship, or do you want something in the relationship left open to its own whims or chance or what you want to provide? Just saying that. All right, so we will now move on to the earth signs. Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's coming towards you? Why is it important? And how will you ultimately end up? Yeah, I just dropped a card there, so I didn't want you to see me bending over for it, but it was time to change the camera view anyways. So once again, that's the earth signs, and once again, we're back to the Modern Love Tarot, asking those questions. What kind of energy is coming towards you? What kind of situations are coming towards you? Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Three of Swords reversed. It's possible that if there's been a really bad emotional situation that sort of separated people or things from each other, or if somehow some healing has occurred because of really distraught emotional feelings going on, this is what's coming towards you. The idea that maybe some healing, some recovery is in the works. It's coming towards you. No matter what the situation was, earth signs, you're somehow going to find yourself repairing yourself. It may not necessarily mean you're repairing the relationship, if there was one involved, but things are getting better. So why is that important? And it's Temperance reversed. It's important because maybe you could have been moving towards the other extreme, the idea of not really handling things well. And so it is important that you do understand that there's a lot at stake here, and that it may be other people in the relationship who don't deserve to experience what you may be going through. It wasn't because of them. It's not affecting them. So that's a little weird. But where will this ultimately lead to then, earth signs? And you have to slow down. It may be that you were really goal-oriented. Something about this was really goal-oriented. Maybe you hurt somebody's feelings, or something broke up because you really had pressure going on there. And the idea of Temperance reversed is saying you still possibly haven't handled all of that, earth signs, that maybe, you still have those, stubborn attitudes, my way or the highway kind of thing. And so where this will lead to is that you really will have to learn that sometimes it's okay to not exactly hit your mark, take longer to get to where you're at, enjoy the journey. So that's what I have for the earth signs, other than the fact we want to see now who may be coming in love towards the earth signs. So, who's coming in love towards you? Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn? Who is coming towards you? All right, so first up is Taurus. Dang. It's a perfect match for Taurus. It's the King of Pentacles. This is a masterful person who maybe really would work very well with you because of your own, earth energies. This person may be an earth sign, but certainly they are very focused on the goals, management. They may just represent the idea of a perfect mate, somebody who has accomplishments in their life that they have worked for and handled well, and now they possibly are coming towards you and bring that promise with them. All right, so who's coming towards Virgos? It's Meathead. Well, that's what it says. It's the upright Knight of Mirrors. That's the Knight of Swords, but it says Meathead, the Meathead. And you know, maybe Virgo wants somebody to kind of just sort of brashly speed in with all their exuberance and confidence and just get right to the point. Yes, that was a little bit of an innuendo there, but maybe that's what's happening with a Virgo, is that sometimes it is just about, you know, doing it quick and dirty and moving on. That's all I'm going to say. And remember, these are for people who may actually be open to the idea of somebody coming towards them in love. So finally, then, we are on to Capricorn. And we didn't have to wait long. Capricorn gets the next card. Well, the second card. It's the Knight of Cups. Capricorn, you have a really happy ending here. The Knight of Cups says somebody moving towards you is truly that one that could work out, truly somebody who will feel strongly emotionally about you and will love you. Isn't there just necessarily to have a quick affair and get out, or there to, you know, totally manage the wedding and everything when you will have children, or when, you know. The Knight of Cups is somebody who is a promise of unconditional love in a way, so it could also apply towards somebody who just becomes a really good friend. Capricorn, somebody who just loves you because maybe they're family, maybe they're a close friend. Well, all right then. I think that's it for the emotional exchanges this week. I want to thank everybody for coming by. Don't forget to come by for our happy hour. That's tomorrow. That's going to be, what is that, the 15th at 10 o'clock a.m. till 11. And, of course, on Sunday, Banshees Material Matters is also at 10 o'clock a.m. And later on that day, we are here for our regular live stream. That's at 2 to 4 p.m. And then the week starts up again. So thanks for coming to the Emotional Exchanges, and I will see you next time. Bye.